Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and he's in front of me, and that their little computer. Any cappuccino South Memphis motherfucking me.
Big homie, what's happening, man?
Oh, you know. Do we even repeat what we were just talking about? I'm trying to turn my attitude around, man. To be honest with you, I'm having one of those days, man. But
don't do that shit for me.
But I got a glass
attitude, and don't be holding up no glasses either, motherfucker. Skype me some of that bourbon you got over there.
I was gonna cheers to you, but I don't have to. I'll just sit here. Oh, there you go. There you got a drink.
Told you, I still ain't get no bourbon yet. But.
Cheers to you, my man. That's all we can do right now.
Cheers, big homie.
But all kidding aside, we're gonna have a good night tonight. So, Vanguardians, excuse my shitty attitude. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Meeks, how's your week been, man?
Oh man, pretty uneventful, man. I went and got a half-ass haircut before they shut my barber shop down. I didn't even get a full cut, man. I just told them to line me up. I don't want no false sense of hope. You know, looking in the mirror, I look fresh and knowing damn well it's going to be another month before I can go back. So I might as well just look bad the whole time, man. And y'all can't tell, my attitude ain't for shit right now either. So I hope y'all appreciate this shit.
Who'd you say you look like on Instagram today, Meeks? Or yesterday?
Shit. Larry Blackman. I'm starting to look a little bit like Radio Raheem right now, though. Shit crazy, yo.
Oh, man.
How y'all holding up over there, man?
We're good. I can't complain. Like I said, I talked to the homie Zoe over the weekend, and, as you know, he's a full-time musician. And I actually got the best response, best attitude that I've gotten, actually. He was just like, man, I'm just trying to hang my hat on healthy right now.
I know, right?
So, I'm just trying to keep that frame of mind. And, everybody here is.
It really is the silver lining in all this.
It really is. I mean, it's pretty simple, actually, when you put it in perspective like that. So, but we've been doing this thing for 3 weeks now since they shut down school. So, we've locked it down more or less. So, we're just trying to maintain. We're on spring break this week, so.
Yeah, Jayla is too, and that's a damn shame too.
I know. So,
can't go nowhere.
Can't go nowhere. Can't.
I heard Georgia's beaches are open. Did you hear about that?
Well, I imagine Kent must have a house on the beach. That's why they opened the beaches. That's sorry, motherfucker, man.
You know he is, man.
Sorry, motherfucker. Had to open his beach house for all his rich fucking buddies and shit.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, God. It's fucking awful. Meeks has stepped away from the mic. What's going on? Nothing uneventful. Oh, you just shut the door.
I had to close the door, man. I felt like I was going to be doing a lot of profane talking tonight, man. So I'm talking about my attitude is dog shit right now, dude. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Well, there'll be no traffic.
My boss had to give me my freedom papers so I can move freely throughout the city.
For real? You've actually got papers?
Fucking house servant. I gotta carry a letter with me to go to goddamn work, man.
No shit, really?
Yeah, man.
Wow. It's like,
and they are stopping people. They are pulling people over, all kinds of shit.
Are they really? That is super interesting.
Yeah, man. Fuck this shit.
I need to see those papers, man. I want to see what they look like.
I'm so ashamed right now. I feel like I let my ancestors down, man. Not bullshit, man. I feel like I let all those that came before me down. I'm back to carrying papers and shit.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's
dude.
Real fucked up. Oh man! All right.
Or
Well,
50 years old with a curfew. What kind of shit is that?
yeah, I know. I don't know. It's wild, man. It's crazy. It is crazy, crazy, drazy.
Hey, but this is Southern Vanguard Radio.
It is. Let's stop the bitching.
Meeks, we're gonna stop the bitch fest and get off into it, man. We got a nice little interview session about to pop off.
Yeah, we do.
You see how I turn my whole shit around, homie? I'm feeling good, man.
You turn it in, man. Meeks is smiling and shit and fucking doing it.
All right, man.
All right, y'all. So, let's get down to business. This is Southern Vanguard Radio. If this is the first time you're listening, welcome. We drop twice a week. Tuesdays is a mix show. Thursdays is an interview session with an MC or DJ or A&R or producer or behind-the-scenes person, someone within the sphere of this thing that we love and hold so dear to our hearts. So please make sure that you tune in on whatever your platform is. If you're on a platform that you don't like, we got basically all of them covered. You can hit SoundCloud, you can hit Apple Podcasts, you can hit Google Podcasts, you can hit Spotify Podcasts, you can hit fucking YouTube. And then we have some affiliates as well, Meeks, where you can catch it as well, right?
No doubt. ATLHipHop.com. I am classic rawradio.net. Return of the BoomBap, WRVB. Soul Public Radio out on the West Coast. I missed one though. Oh, X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates. And we hope and pray that all our affiliates are healthy as well. Yeah,
no doubt. All right, so make sure you hit that subscribe or the like button or the reshare, or, whatever it is you got to do on whatever platform it is every week. We really appreciate it. And, we hope we're providing you some entertainment and some relief from the bullshit that's going on in the world today. So thank you for tuning in.
No doubt.
All right, so without any further ado, we do have an interview session tonight. This gentleman, we have played a number of his records over the past few years. I went back and I noticed that we played a joint as early as episode 41, Meeks, which was 2015. And his partner in rhyme right now is an absolute monster. So we actually got a 2 for tonight. We got a 2 for 1. We got the one and only G Huff and Lena Jackson. What's up, y'all?
People?
What up? What's going on?
Chilling, man. How y'all holding up? Everybody good?
Yeah, we holding up, man. Like I said, it could be worse, man. It's as good as it can get for the situation, man. So
no doubt. So Puff, you was talking about the stuff that's been kind of put on the back burner, man. Anything you want to say to the people that might have been looking forward to catching y'all at one of these tour stops or these dates or something like that?
Man, hopefully we have the opportunity to reschedule, man. Like right now it's April. I feel like everybody, we keep hearing it, it's a cliche term, stay home. I think that needs to be everybody's hashtag right now, man. Just stay home, man. If we can just stay home and make sure that this shit dies off, man, we can all get back to our regular lives. So, to the people that were going, attend some of these shows, man, we'll see you soon. We'll eventually reschedule, or there'll be other events in the near future. But, I can't wait till it's over, man, so we can get back out there and start performing.
That's what's up.
Now, Huff, you're in Ohio, right?
Yeah, I'm itching.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio right now, man. I was in Atlanta for like 10 years, man. But yeah, I'm back home in Ohio.
Oh, I did not know that. What years were you here?
Man, I was in Atlanta off and on over the years. I first moved down in 2004. And what year did I left? And my son was born in 2007. I left in 2009, and then I came back. I was there. I can't remember, but it was a total of 10 years.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, we might have bumped into you, not even known it.
I even know.
Yeah, I was always at all the shows. J57, man. That's my dude, man. I know him down there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So how are things in Ohio right now where you're at?
G
just kind of shut down? To your point?
everything shut down in Ohio. I mean,
Yeah,
Ohio is bad, especially like where I'm at right now. Mahoning County is where I'm from, Youngstown, and they've actually they're number one in Ohio as far as coronavirus deaths, like the entire state. More people have died from coronavirus in Youngstown than any other city.
That's crazy.
In Ohio. We don't have the most cases, but we have the most deaths.
Really?
Wow.
Why is that?
Because people don't want to stay home. That's pretty much it, man. Everybody out still kicking it, man.
That's crazy.
Lena, what about you? You're in Raleigh, right?
I was about to ask. What's up in Raleigh?
Raleigh, everything is everything. You know, I agree with Huff that, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't taking this stuff seriously. They still want to find ways to be out. But North Carolina, they have like the stay-at-home order where they're basically saying don't come out if it's not essential. But I think everybody's just trying to find loopholes for it to be essential. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the liquor store is still open. Apparently that was essential.
That's essential.
You know.
Yeah, it's essential. Sorry.
Oh, and just so y'all know, Ohio bought more liquor than any state in the entire country. Just so y'all know. I mean, I don't know if I want to brag about that, but I do know I contributed. But, man, go ahead, Lena.
Hey, big your city up, man, for any.
Oh man, listen, I contributed heavy, man. I had Hendrix gin, I had Don Julio, I had liquor. I still got liquor. But go ahead, Lena.
Nah, you good. But yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, me, I try to follow all the rules as much as possible. You know, I want to protect myself. I want to protect other people. I'm like, man, just stay your ass home so I can get the hell up out of here. You know, when it's time to. You know, I want to get out too. But you know, I'm trying to be a good citizen and follow the rules. You know,
that's what's up.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So guys, Sharif from Blackfish Radio, big up Sharif. He connected us actually because he was working one of your records that's out right now. So let's why don't we kick things off with you know, there's a new remix out right now produced by Static Selecta featuring MOP. You got a new joint dropping this week that we're gonna premiere on the show. Like, why don't you guys catch us up with what's going on with the two of you right now?
I mean, pretty much like, you know, we put our project out, you know, a 7-track EP, Grace and Alchemy. You know, it's been doing really well. It's critically acclaimed, but I didn't want to move on so quickly to doing another project so soon. You know, and Lena and I, we had the idea to, you know, kind of to be able to continue to extend the lifespan of the project, to kind of just do a remix series. So we're pretty much just remixing, you know, songs off of the project and doing it in a completely different way than, you know, the album versions of the songs, you know. So we wanted to just be as creative as we could possibly get with some of the collaborations and even like with the production. Like we wanted to go as far left as we could possibly go, but still, you know, make it sound like G Huff and Lena Jackson. Because like if you listen to the EP, I mean, it's very few features on the project,
right?
And you know, everybody that we collaborated with on the EP were women. You know, we collaborated with 3D Naughty, you know, one of songstress from North Carolina, Maestra, and another songstress from Brooklyn, New York, by the name of Ida Divine.
Mm-hmm.
So with with the remix series, man, we just wanted to collaborate with some people that could add some flavor to some of these original tracks that we did.
That's dope.
Gotcha.
So being that the LP originally came out and now y'all, you know, then y'all turn around and do the remixes and everything. Is it like a second life for it, or is it just something that you guys wanted to do from since the earliest conceptions of this project? Was that always in the plan?
No, it really wasn't, man. It was like something that like it started with an idea. Mm-hmm. You know, we just kind of like, no, this is a good idea. Let's just keep it going, you know, because you know, obviously like once you release a project, in order to continue to promote it, the best way to promote it was two ways to promote it. You could either shoot videos, you could do remixes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like we have a couple videos that we haven't released, but it just felt like a cooler and funner idea to just do remixes.
That's what's up.
Especially when we doing them with like heavy hitters like MOP, Static Selector, Spice One, and then there's some other people that, we won't name just yet, but there's definitely more.
Gotcha. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's just a different.
Go ahead, Lena.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it's for me, it's a completely different experience. I mean, we had our one experience working together with our project, and then with doing the remixes, it's like you kind of have an attachment to what you already created. So when you're doing the remixes, it's almost like its own. I know it's an extension and it's a remix, but it's still like its own baby in itself. So when you're talking about new life, like absolutely, everything is kind of like almost a different context. It's just amazing to see the different feeling, a remix can evoke. So, I mean, hopefully people get to experience, both sides of that coin. They hear that remix and that's what they feel, or they hear the original and that's what they feel, or both. So I get real excited about it.
Oh.
Did you guys re-record vocals for these, or use the same vocals, or?
I mean, it's been mix and match. Like some of them, we use the same vocals. Some of them, we re-record. It all depends, man. It depends on like the direction of the remix and who we're working with.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and that's like I was saying. That's another aspect of it. Of what I was saying is just being something fun and cool to do, and there's really no pressure to do it. Like we can do it the way we want to do it, however we want to do it, with whoever we want to do it with, and it just makes sense.
So,
right.
Hey, what's y'all's workflow like, being in two different states, the distance between you guys, and now talking about these remixes and pulling people in? What's your workflow like? Are y'all ever in the same room together, or is it all a distance thing?
No, we're in the same room. I mean, it's a combination of like distance and being in the same room. We try to get together as often as we possibly can. Even if it's just to shoot a video, do a photo shoot, do shows. Like we did A3C together. We did Shade 45, Show Off Radio with Static Selector together. Lena, she's actually on Knotz's new project that's dropping that he did with, all the all women project.
Oh yeah, that looks dope.
Oh yeah, okay.
That shit's hot.
Yeah, she's on there. Yeah, she recorded her vocals at Static Selector Studio. So and MOP was there when she was recording. When she was recording her vocals for Knotz's shit. So everything just kind of came together the way that it was supposed to. It always comes together the way it's supposed to come together. So it's a combination of distance and being in the same place.
So
Fame and Billy were in the room, Lena, while you were recording.
I remember, I ain't gonna lie, like to me, it was like a whirlwind, just being there and just being able to, be in the presence of, a lot of dope people. And I remember on the way out, just getting a chance to run into Fame, and like a great dude, by the way.
Billy it was just Fame was there.
Yeah. So yeah, me. I am not even gonna lie. Sometimes I still get starstruck by people that I've always been influenced by or was a fan of and stuff like that. But I kept it cool. I think everybody just had a dope vibe, and it was a dope atmosphere. So I was just just happy to be there.
Nice.
And yeah.
A lot of Hennessy in there, Lena, or were they keeping it light?
I'm not really that much of a drinker, so I don't even really pay attention to it. Huff might be able to answer that question better than I can.
I'm actually gonna send you. I'm gonna send you the picture on Instagram. It's Lil Fame, terminology, Lil Fame. I was drinking tequila. I had some. It was like some honey infused or whatever tequila that Static had, and Fame and Terminology came in with this big gallon. It's like the biggest bottle of Hennessy I ever seen in my life. I didn't even know they sold bottles of Hennessy that big. I still had a picture. I got it on Instagram. Huh?
I said I knew it was some hen in there.
Yeah, it was. That's it's funny. Yeah, it was definitely the biggest bottle of Hennessy you ever gonna see. It's like a gallon. No lie, it's like a gallon of Hennessy.
God damn.
And they ran through it.
They went through it. Yep, sounds about right.
Went through it.
Good old hip hop.
Lena, don't let these guys influence you. So you stay on that wagon if you can. All right.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm such a I'm so green when it comes to alcohol. It's like I just know it's alcohol, and then I don't look at labels and nothing like that. So
there
it's just like I just keep it moving. But yeah, it was definitely liquor and spirits. I just I just didn't know what it was.
Okay, I got you.
Wait a minute, how you so green with a nickname like the Wolf? Like that scared the shit out of me. Like the Wolf. The wolf ought not be so green.
With liquor, though? I mean, shoot. I mean, I just don't do a whole lot of heavy drinking. But no, the wolf is just something that came about. That actually came about locally, really. It's just something that a name I earned in North Carolina. I'm just doing shows real heavy when I was just like out there just all the time doing a show. And, people just used to say, oh, she's a beast, she's, this on the mic and da. And, at some point in time, somebody called me a wolf and it just wound up kind of sticking.
That's crazy.
And so I was like, and somebody said something to me once. I think it was like, long live the wolf. And I was like, word, all right. I'm going to go ahead and run with this.
Wow.
Meeks, you can't be a wolf. You can't be a wolf and be drunk, Meeks. You just can't. I mean, you can't there's so many. I mean, even if you're what's your man in Pulp Fiction, Harvey Keitel, he was the wolf, right? I mean,
Mr. Wolf.
They're bringing that motherfucker in to clean blood and guts and shit off the car seats. You can't be drinking and shit and be a wolf. That's just not gonna happen.
But at the same time, if you drink enough, you start howling like a goddamn wolf. I know that. I'm just wondering, man.
Yeah, she pretty much she leave all the drinking up to me. That's my thing. I usually finish her drinks for her.
Okay.
I'll be watching her too. I'm like, you done, right? All right, cool. I'll finish that for you.
All right. Well, Huff, you're gonna get along well with us when we meet in person. Finally, after we're through all this shit, you come. You come back down to the A, man. Yeah. We're gonna have a time, man.
And Lena, he's a good friend to have with you. You'll never have to worry about no blackout moments or nothing like that. You keep G Huff around, he's gonna take good care of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of her, man. I'll make sure she's all right. Drawing lemons for her. I think you're at your limit. I'm gonna finish that drink for you.
That's true. That's a true story.
That's what's up.
So how'd you guys connect? How'd you guys start making music together?
I mean, really just through, a social media era and just, networking and just different, being a part of conferences and festivals. And it really started with social media. And we were friends for a while before we ever started working on music together. So it was an organic build up. It wasn't just like something like, we connected and instantly jumped into music. We were friends and we were fans of one another. And, it got to a place where it started with one song. And after that one song, I proposed the idea of like, yo, why don't we do the project together? And, that's how it happened.
Gotcha.
And, Lena and I, we have two completely different styles. We have two different ways of making music. And I think that was the beauty of us working together, is because it never felt forced. Like, I think the duality and just the contrast between the styles is what makes the project what it is, because sometimes you can have people come together and it could be too much of one thing. With us, it's just like we complement each other. It's just more so trying to be, it's just like having Kobe and Shaq on the team. versus, Westbrook and Harden. Like, I don't want to be Westbrook and Harden. I want to be, I want to be Kobe and Shaq, or I want to be LeBron and Wade.
Great.
Or George.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, as a team player, man, like, I know when to, let her shine when it's her time to be in front, when it's my time to play the back. Sometimes it's my turn to be in front.
Yeah.
We take turns. Like, it's always but we're equals, because even like whenever you see a man and a woman in a situation where there's music involved, historically, a woman has always been like the sidekick of some sorts.
Yeah.
And like with Lena, she's not a sidekick at all. She's not a sidekick. She was her own person before G Huff and Lena Jackson. So, it's just coming together and bringing two talented people together to make great music.
And
so
a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about the art, the like a group dynamic or a duo dynamic, tandem, whatever you want to call it. The ability to know when to step up and fall back and vice versa and all that plays a major part in the longevity of it all as well. So if y'all know that about each other, that's good shit. Like that's gonna take y'all a long way.
Yeah. I believe it, man. Like, I believe in it more than I believe in anything else. Is that her and I, like, there's nothing we can't do. And typically, like, there's gonna be situations where, like, because we started as individuals, there's gonna be people that like me more. There's gonna be people that like her more. There's gonna be people that don't like me at all, and there's gonna be people that don't like her at all. But it is what it is. It's a part of the game. I mean, overall, I have yet to receive hardly. I never really get bad feedback on what we're doing. Like, for the most part, everything has just been all praise.
Okay, good.
Lena, what surprised you the most about this project? Like, whether you were creating it or, all these months later and now you're kind of doing these remixes, like, what's the most surprising thing that's come out of this project to you?
I'm surprised that I was able to really complete it and go all the way through with it. I've had a project before that I've completed and I put out. But for me, as a solo artist, this is my first real experience being a team. And it's not just like, you just throw some songs together and put them out. Not if you really want it to work and you really want it to be a project and something that people respect. So there was just a lot of elements of teamwork when it came to music that I had to learn along the way. And there were some times where I didn't think that I was doing it all that well. And then there's sometimes where I thought I was, and, it's just stuff that I was just trying to figure out for myself as an individual, like, how can I be a better team player? And as this concept, really solidified, like, and we really releasing this, I'm like, oh shit, we actually made this project. We put it out and then it really becomes real when people hear it and then they do start giving that feedback and they're just like, oh shit, you a G-Huff. Like, I mean, it's then, where I'm just like, oh, okay, now things are really starting to fall into place. And, whether I had doubts, whether I had, any type of anxiety, whether I had any type of, growth or just self-realization, like, maybe I need to, work harder or do this differently or whatever, or take this criticism. It felt like it just all just kind of came into fruition and it all kind of came into place. So I'm just so happy and at what we've done. And I ain't gonna lie, I just have been surprised at myself and just being able to kind of learn and grow and progress and hopefully, G Huff was able to witness, some type of growth, when it came to us and how we worked together. Cause like he mentioned before, we were friends. So we had to kind of take on like now we're more than friends, we're partners, when it comes to putting this project together. So yeah, we cool, but then there's still things that we have to do uniquely in order to get this project done and still take it seriously and stuff like that. So
let me ask both of you, do either of you, like, having gone through this process and continuing with the group dynamic, the group process, have either of you, I don't know, did a scale test yet? Like solo artists versus being in this 2-man tandem. Like, are there pros and cons to both? What do you like? Which do you like better?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's pros and cons. Yeah, absolutely. It's pros and cons to both, man. The pros of being a solo artist is just kind of just being your own person at all times, because Lena and I, we come from different worlds, just from all aspects, to her being a woman and me being a man, to her being from the South, to me being from the Midwest, to her, me pretty much growing up a knucklehead and being in the streets and things like that. So like I have a lot of things that, content that I would express as a solo artist that I wouldn't dare bring to the table, D-Huff and Lena Jackson. So,
gotcha.
The pros of just being a solo artist is just being able to be, just let loose at all times. I can be I don't have to consider anybody's opinion and things like that. But that's also, the cons to it is just to not have a team, to not have somebody in your ear giving constructive criticism or saying they don't like this. And sometimes as a solo artist, you could be so full of yourself that you don't really, you're just doing you at all times. And then having a partner, they can say, well, maybe we should try it this way, or what if we do it that way? And then you're like, oh, what, man, that way worked better. So, but it's two heads. For me, it's always two heads always be better than one. That's just how I feel, especially with having such a great partner. Like I personally would choose, if I had a choice in the matter, I would choose to keep her as a partner opposed to being a solo artist.
That's dope. And Lena, how you feel about the whole dynamic, like coming from being a solo artist to where you are now with, the project with G-Huff and everything?
Well, yeah, there are pros and there are cons. For me, just when I started, being a solo artist, I mean, he's right. Like you don't have somebody in your ear, telling you this and and you being an artist and being sensitive about your shit. It's like, sometimes you don't want to hear certain, sometimes there's certain things you don't want to hear, but that doesn't mean you don't need to hear it. So, it's been a process for me where it's like, the pro to that is that, okay, I might have heard some shit I don't like to hear, in regards to feedback or criticism, but it might be better this way. And learning that, sometimes you have to be able to accept, feedback and realize you may not always have all the answers. And I've grown a lot in regards to that. So, when he says two heads are better than one, I agree with that. Absolutely. And also when it comes to the different elements, with his background, with my background, I think that initially it might have been, or I don't know if it was all in my head or what, but, initially it might have been somewhat of a challenge, wondering how we were going to fuse those styles and make them come together. And as a solo artist, you don't have to worry about that. It's like, well, I got my own style and this, that, and the third. Yeah. But I enjoyed that challenge after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, no change is ever really comfortable. So, so maybe it didn't feel all that comfortable at first, but as it went on, that challenge became a balance, and it's more so like, it's not a brick wall. It's actually, a family reunion right here. Like we're actually uniting on something.
That's dope. I like to hear that.
And then now it's just like now it's almost like it's so much easier these days. So it's just like,
right.
It's second nature to be a part of a team. I'm just talking about even just from the performance, like we rehearse together, and it's almost like we're each other's hype man. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's cool to have that extra person. She knows when I need to catch a breath and she can say that extra word. I know when she needs to catch a breath and you know what I mean? It's just like back and it's like a tennis match back and forth. And it's always the perfect setup. It's always like the perfect alley-oop that leads to the perfect slam dunk. Like it's been that way the entire ride. I mean, like even if you check us out on Shade 45, the freestyle footage, it's just like we both burned it down, and the only way we know how, but our styles are so different, but it works. I think that's the thing that just impresses people most of the time is like, man, they just like, it always works.
Nice. Good.
When it comes to production, like, how are you guys picking beats or, picking tracks, and like, is there someone that kind of takes lead on that, or?
No, we collectively agree on what tracks we like,
okay.
And it's just like, and if she likes something, like there's been times where she'll pick a beat and then she'll come up with the concept, and I kind of just, build around what she has, and then I'll pick a track that matches, the energy, and she'll build around that. So it's just like we mix and match, but we both have creative input as far as, the production and the content and things like that. But yeah, there was actually a track that I liked because we had a bunch of beats, and there was a beat that I liked a lot, and that's like I could tell she didn't like it, and I kind of kept trying to force it.
Yeah,
I kept trying to bring this same track back up, and she just kind of just give the same. And she wasn't. I was like, all right, fuck it. She ain't fucking with that. I ain't about to bring this shit up.
Y'all was making it sound all sweet over there. I know y'all don't.
No. We both, but it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, cool. You know what? I like that track, but if I like it that much, then maybe I'll save it for some solo shit.
I'll hold it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we gonna do solo shit, man. I that's without a doubt. But doing a group project, what we like, and I think that's the mindset that you have to go in. Is like, what do we like? Because a lot of times you try to, I like this, and he's like, well, I don't. And if you keep trying to do that, then you're just gonna keep arguing. But if we can sit down and try to find what we like and what sounds good for us, it really makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, there's enough beats in the world today to find a beat that everyone agrees on, find some production that both of you are feeling right. It's not like it's a scarcity thing, So
yeah,
I can't do anything that feels forced, So like just knowing that we had a pretty wide selection and stuff like that. It's like likewise, if there was something that he wouldn't be feeling, then I wouldn't want to press the issue too much. Just because I wouldn't want him to force anything, and I'm stubborn, so it's just like, I feel like if it doesn't feel right from jump before I even started writing, like then it's not gonna feel right even after it's mixed and mastered, and I don't want to put that energy out there. I want us to know that we both believe in every single thing that we've done together.
Gotcha. So talk to us about this remix that's dropping on Wednesday, y'all.
A Day in the Life.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. Where the fuck did y'all find Spice One, man?
Man, Spice One, man. Spice live in Vegas right now, man. He, he knew some people. I knew where I'm from. He knew some cats out in Youngstown. It was somebody that I personally wanted to work with. And, I presented the idea because like I said, with the remixes, I wanted to do things that were just different than the actual project. So it was just like, neither one of us, we haven't really worked with a lot of people on the West Coast. We haven't really tapped into that market. Let's yo, let's get Spice. Well, let's do a remix. You know, let's bring him into the fold and kind of, you know, get a track that will complement his style, but will also, you know, fit his content, you know, in the direction that he wants to go in. And that's what we told him. Just like, you know, just do you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be Spice One. That's why we want you on the track. Don't worry about, you know, be Spice One. And that's what he did. And that's probably my favorite G Huff and Lena Jackson joint.
Man, that is amazing, man. Yeah, I was a huge Spice One fan coming up, man, because it was just it was during that time where lines were drawn, East Coast, you know, West Coast, what have you. You like what you like, but when somebody like Spice One or like an MC8 or something came out, it just put a whole different spin on everything. So that dude, I mean, Spice One was dope, man. Still is dope. Shit, he fucking with G Huff and Lena. He dope. Gotta be dope. So
that's right,
man. I like to see joints like that, man.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, the platinum OG, man. And like, think about Spice, man. This dude done went platinum off. I'm talking about hardcore gangster rap, you know, never had a pop record, never had a pop single, never had a pop nothing, platinum with it, you know?
He'll pop one in you, but he ain't had no pop records or nothing. He'll get popped at.
Real quick, you remember when he got shot a few years back?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. He was chilling in his driveway and some cats rolled up on him, tried to assassinate him, man.
Yeah, man. Thank God he's still with us, man. I love that dude.
Yeah, he walked away from that, man, because he Spice One. Anybody else, we'd have been reading their obituary and shit, but not Spice One.
Man, platinum OG, man.
So,
go ahead, Lena.
Oh no, I mean, you know, I wasn't gonna say much. You know, I know you said that was like your favorite, you know, track so far, and it actually is mine too. And I really wasn't. I had no idea. You know, I had no idea. It's like sometimes even when it's something that you're a part of, sometimes you're still not sure what everything is gonna be like or sound like when it all comes together. And it's become my favorite track too. So so yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
I think being pleasantly surprised, man. What kind of push y'all putting behind this record after it drops on Wednesday?
You know, we're gonna roll it out. HipHop DX is supposed to premiere it on Wednesday. You know, obviously, you know, we're gonna start hitting the DJs with it. Y'all actually the first DJs to play it.
Oh man.
You know. Yeah, y'all gonna be the first DJs to play it out. I gave it to a couple. I only gave it to a handful of DJs beforehand, but you know, none of their shows have aired yet. So, yeah, man, just a regular push, man. You know, roll it out, premiere it on the blog. You know, do radio campaigns. It's a shame we can't do the shows right now. It's a shame we can't do the video right now because that was the first thing that, you know, Lena suggested is that, yo, we need to do a video for this.
No doubt.
You know, we was ready. Like, we was ready to, like, hop on the plane and go to Vegas.
To fucking Vegas. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were ready, man. And, you know, these circumstances, man, they kind of, like, they altered the plans, man. But I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to not put the record out. I didn't want to just, like, sit around and be, you know, in a funk about the current state and just say, oh, forget it. Like, we got to keep pushing, you know, by any means necessary. And it's just like, you know, there's people out there and there's people always going to want to hear music. And if it's good, you know, it'll find its way to the people. That's how I feel about it.
No doubt. That's what's up.
You know, the great thing is these days, you know, a lot of people are going back and doing videos for, you know, songs that are on projects that came out, you know, 1, 2, 3 years ago. So y'all still need to do that video as far as I'm concerned once we get through all this. You know?
Yeah.
We still gonna do the video, and it's funny that you mentioned that because like I was telling Lena that same thing. Like I sent you Be Easy today. And you like, yeah, we played this. I was I was just making sure I didn't know if you wanted to play, a throwback joint because like you said, you can still shoot videos. It's not like they have millions of views yet. It's not like they're chart topping singles. Like it's still new to a lot of people. So
hell yeah,
the joint with Spice One is like at the top of the priority list as far as like getting the video done.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So Huff, you've collabed with Pete Rock here and there. You got any remixes on tap? For this project, or got any more work coming with him?
I talked to Pete today actually, man. Briefly about some things, man. I sent him, a couple of joints. Man, Pete is one of those dudes, man. You gotta he's a hard dude to lock down, man. So you just gotta catch him, when he's in that mode to work. And but he's definitely somebody who's always at the top of the priority list as far as wanting to work with him. Like anytime Pete Rock wants to work, I'm gonna work. Like Pete Rock can say, "Yo, Huff," because when we did the Bills joint, like I actually went to his crib to do that joint.
Oh, word. Okay.
And yeah. I was in Ohio at the time, and Pete was like, "Yo, I don't want to send no beats or nothing like that. Like, if we gonna work, then we really gonna work." I was like, all right.
Just say no more.
Say no more.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So here I am riding, and the thing about his crib is like, I'm like, okay, yeah, Pete stay in New York. Well, yeah, he does live in New York, but what he didn't tell me is that he doesn't live in the city. He lives like almost like an hour and a half outside of New York, like a suburb. So it's like we going to the Bat Cave to get to his crib. You know what I mean? But it was a cool experience. So like, if he said that right now, even with the coronavirus shit going on, like if he said, "Yo, Huff, man, come to my crib and work," I'm going to go to his crib and work right now.
Hell yeah. Hazmat suit on and all that shit, man. Fucking just load up with Purell and fucking, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always going to work when Pete ready to work, man. And I definitely want to work with Pete in the G Huff and Lena Jackson fold. I want to bring him into that. I know Lena wants to work with him too. And I feel like Lena and I could do some real dope shit with Pete Rock.
Absolutely.
I think you could too. I think that'd be a great pairing. I really do.
No question.
And yeah, Pete is a real producer, man. Like, it's not like, here, take this beat. Like, he really takes pride in sitting down and actually crafting, making sure that your shit sounds right, because it ain't just your shit, it's his shit. So he wants
right.
Yeah, he wants it to be the best that it can be. So he ain't gonna just give us a beat and send us on our way. Like, he's gonna give us a beat and say, okay, this is how we gonna make this shit the best joint we can make it.
All right, no doubt.
Hey, Lena, quick question. Can you tell me about the exhibit at Duke University you were featured in? What was that about?
Oh, wow. Okay. You caught me off guard because I didn't know that you knew about it. So
hey, we know some things. We do our homework around here. We know some things.
Word. So Duke University and the North Carolina Arts Council, they partnered together. It was actually a few years in the making. So even like before my first project dropped, they were just wanting to interview artists in the area, and I mean like visual artists, music, sculpture, whatever, and in North Carolina, but they had to be North Carolinians, and they would have people just kind of follow up with me, and they would come to my show. They would take photography and stuff like that. And initially, I didn't even really know what was going on. I just knew that the Arts Council was involved, and I knew that Duke was involved. And next thing you know, I'm kind of part of a catalog here in North Carolina where they have millennial artists in North Carolina that they wanted to feature. I'm getting an invite, and next thing you know, boom, I'm in a gallery. So, they have a called the Rubenstein Center for the Arts that Duke University owns. And I mean, they had a whole, event, tied to that, to where the artists who were featured, they had their, photography of whatever they were doing, whether it was, me rapping or someone painting and stuff like that, featured, in this gallery. And I was really honored to be a part of that, just mainly because sometimes I just feel like, rap, that whole, that art form of, of rapping and then hip hop and stuff like that. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't get the exposure or the shine that it deserves, as far as it being an actual like art form,
Right. 100%.
So yeah. I was just grateful just to be honored like that. And I mean, the people there that wanted to shake my hand and take pictures with me and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all know I'm a rapper, right? So yeah, like, cause I was like, y'all know I don't paint, canvases or whatever, but I mean, I do in a certain type of way. I kind of do, so
yeah, for real.
Yeah, you giving
yeah. So it was empowering.
You giving Ninth the run for his money over there at NC State. Yeah. All right, you on his ass.
I don't know about all that, but I'm just
in due time.
Like I say, with most opportunities, I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for, really, at the end of the day. But that's definitely a good look.
That's dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
that's historical right there. That's
it is
excellent look.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing about it too, man, is that I appreciate that we both have our individual accomplishments outside of each other, before each other, and during each other. Like she had, like I said, she's on Knott's new project.
Yeah.
That's something that's for her, that I'm proud of, that I celebrate. I have a joint dropping in a couple weeks that, we did with Benny the Butcher. She's not on the record, but she's excited about it.
Uh-oh.
So, it's a way for us to just continue to expand and build the brand.
Yeah, man. And when y'all come back to the table with each other, that's more fire. That's more fuel for the fire, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. Teamwork, that's pretty much, it's all about one common goal, man. And that's just making great music and getting on.
No doubt. Y'all keep that pushing, man. We're going to be looking out for it, man. I can't wait to hit this joint with Spice One on it. We playing that tonight, homie.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we got to cue it up,
man.
That shit's hard.
Man, let me go spray some activator in my hair, man, and see if I can get my hair braided right quick for y'all. That motherfucking Spice One was gangster. I can't wait to hit this shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, his verse is fire, man. He fit right in.
Word.
I believe it.
So, Huff and Lena, we've taken enough of your time tonight, and we have to start playing some rap music here soon. Get this mix show underway. But I'd like each of you, if you would, to tell the folks where they can go to support you in the most meaningful way. So whether that's Bandcamp or where can folks spend their money with you and support you in the most meaningful way right now?
Bandcamp. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Go right. You go on Bandcamp. If you buy the project Grace and Alchemy, the money comes straight to us. We get it the minute that you purchase it. I mean, I understand it's hard times right now. So if you don't want to spend the money, a share, a post, a like.
Okay.
That all that stuff matters. Like we have a YouTube page. It's a fairly new page since we're a new duo within the past year. We started working together.
Yeah.
But you can always subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out all G Huff and Lena Jackson content, and and that's content of us together and individually.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. We appreciate everything. So, and I think that does well for us. Also, the fact that we acknowledge everybody that tries to show us any type of love and support and stuff like that. So we know, especially now, times is hard. People try to pay rent. So we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can show love through Bandcamp, then absolutely do so, because we'd appreciate it. But, I mean, you know, the shares, the likes, the comments, you know, views, streams, you know, from whatever platform it works for you, you know, is also helpful and is also appreciated. So, so definitely, like, we just appreciate having your ear.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And you know what I'm going to tell? Actually, the sharing the content is actually the most valuable thing to me. More than even, I mean, you know, if you buy the album, I appreciate it. But if you share the content, that's potential people, you know, that's other people that might buy the project. You know what I mean? So I'd much rather it be seen and heard by multiple people, because at this stage, man, it's all about, you know, building a brand and being heard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to be heard by as many people as possible. So make sure, you know, you share that content. Y'all too, man. Like Wednesday, we dropped that, post that artwork for us, man. Tag Spice One, tag us, you know, big it up, man. Like that shit means more to me than anything.
Got you covered. Don't even worry about it.
No doubt. All right. Well, Huff, Lena, thank y'all. I love the energy, man. We love the music.
Yeah,
thank
great
y'all.
Talking to y'all tonight. We really appreciate y'all taking the time.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm about to I'm gonna pour me a little bit of this gin and see what's on Netflix.
There it is.
I'm going to sleep. I'm old, so I'm going to sleep. So.
There it is.
Well, Lena, we're old too. We're just
yeah,
we're pretending like we're not old though. You know, on Sunday nights when Meeks and I are doing this shit, we just trying to relive our early 20s. You know, our late teens. To be honest with you, so we just, you know, for better or worse, we're trying to, you know, keep that flame burning and keep it alive. You know, even if we're tired as hell in the morning. So.
You know, we'll keep it burning, man.
Yes, sir.
We need it, man. Hip hop needs it for real.
No doubt.
I'm like, you know, I know y'all been spinning my joints and Lena's joints since forever, man. Like I get a tag from y'all just about every week, every other week. So you know, and I reshare it and repost it. So I appreciate it.
No doubt.
That's what's up.
No doubt.
We'll keep doing it too, man.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right, fellas.
Thank y'all.
Yep.
Y'all have a great night.
Thank
Peace,
you.
y'all.
All right.
You too.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Southern Vangard Radio. It's Doe. It's Meeks. G Huff and Lena Jackson. Grace and Alchemy is out now. Hit Bandcamp. Hit the streaming sites. A Day in the Life remix with Spice One. Well, you're going to hear this on a Thursday, but it world premiere on Tuesday on episode 248. So go back and check that out. Check out Another Dead Rapper remix from Static Selective featuring MOP. You know, if you're not familiar with these guys, you know, you need to get familiar with them now. You know, it's worth your time in Munties. But you got to wipe your Munties down. Right, Mix?
Down, man. I seen a stripper put her shit in the bathtub, soaked it. She's not fucking around. I just want to know where she got all them goddamn clothespins from to hang that shit up afterwards. Wipe everything down.
Wipe everything down.
Everything.
All right, Mix, you in a little bit better frame of mind now. A little bit.
I am, but
a little bit.
You know, as soon as we stop this, I'm just gonna go back into Grinch mode, man, because it's a thin line, homie. You know it. But it was good. It was good talking to them for real, man.
Yeah,
and,
man.
They on some top tier type shit that they doing right now. I can appreciate it, man. From the features they got, the production they got, you know, the way they work and things like that. It's you know, it's rare to see that today. You know, a lot of people not doing it like that today. So it's good to talk to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, y'all. It's Doe.
Meeks.
Southern Vangard Radio.
Yeah.
And we out.
Episode 248 coming up. We are the guard. SouthernVanguard.com. Let's get it.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.